Long, the founder of Hair Loss Pride, a coaching and support group for women and teens with hair loss. And these are the 5 things I wish someone had told me before I started my business. 1, ups and downs are totally normal when you're running a small business. One week, I scheduled 2 wig consultations and a salon workshop, and I felt like I was on top of the world. I thought my business was off to a great start and it was going to grow quickly. The next week was total crickets. I got ghosted on all of the emails I sent out, and I had a client back out of a salon workshop that I thought was moving forward. I felt so low and unsure of if I was on the right path, and that cycle is totally normal. I have gone through a few already in the first 6 months of my business, and I'm sure I will go through many more. 2, you don't have to have a perfectly formed plan in the beginning. When I first started Hair Loss Pride, it was just a support group. I wanted to have a place where women with hair loss could come together, could build community, could share experiences, make friendships, and that really didn't take off. What did take off was one-on-one coaching, and it's because women felt more comfortable talking one-on-one in a private setting with me about their hair loss, which makes total sense with it being such a vulnerable topic. Then I started noticing women on social media having trouble with wig knowledge, and I managed a wig store in Vancouver for almost a year. So I decided to start doing wig consultations and helping women find their perfect wig, because it can be very overwhelming. And that's been one of the more meaningful and impactful parts of my job. Salon workshops definitely were not on my radar at all when I started, but then I started talking to stylists and learned quickly that they didn't really learn anything about alopecia in school. And they weren't properly prepared to support clients that were in their chair dealing with hair loss. And so now I've presented to a few salons in the Vancouver area, and I'm incredibly motivated to make the salon experience a better one for those of us with hair loss. Lastly, I started breathwork facilitator training a few months ago, and that is something I never expected. But for women with hair loss, the mental and emotional aspects and the trauma and grief of losing your hair as a female can be so difficult, and it's often more challenging to get past and process than the physical aspects of hair loss. So I wanted to offer something for women's mental health to really help them grieve that loss and be able to move forward in a healthier way. So while I didn't envision a lot of the services in the beginning that I now provide, they all came about very organically and they all fit. 3, it can be quite lonely and you need to build in networking and social time. So if it were up to me, I could sit in front of my computer all day for days on end, creating content and courses and responding to emails. But the reality of that is it's very lonely. And so I'll often schedule a coffee date or a walk or lunch with a friend so I can get out of my space and out of my head for a few hours, have some time with a friend, and many times I can share challenges and obstacles I'm having with my business, and because they're not so caught up in the details, they can give great advice. 4, more people are noticing than you think, even if they're not reaching out or commenting. So I post on social media almost daily. That's where a lot of my clients will find me. And sometimes I don't get a lot of engagement and I feel like no one is watching what I'm posting. But then I will get messages regularly from strangers, and they will say how much my content has helped them, how it makes them feel less alone, and how grateful they are, which is worth everything to me, and that's exactly why I do this. And also my husband will tell me that his colleagues and business school classmates will express to him how impressed they are with what I'm doing, even if they never reach out to me. So it tells me that my message is being seen and that I'm on the right path and to trust my intuition. 5, you will wear every hat: founder, marketer, tech, finance, HR, and you will not necessarily be good at all of them. So I am far from a tech guru, but I created my own website and I've done a few iterations. And is it a super professional, perfect website? No. But is it me? Yes, and it works for now. I'm also more confident behind the computer than I am in front of the camera, but the nature of needing to be on social media and create content means that I have to push myself out of my comfort zone and speak directly to people. So running this business has challenged me in ways I never imagined, but it's also been wonderful for my own development. Those are the 5 things that I wish someone would have told me before I started my business. If you'd like to learn more about me, you can follow me on Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube at Hair Loss Pride. or you can visit my website, therealtammywong.com. Bye.